striving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us. And remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Trudging Tuesdays and time for God-centered recovery. Whew. Been a couple weeks. Hey, Roger, how are you, man?
I am blessed by the best, brother.
Yeah. It almost seems like we had this conversation like 2 minutes ago.
I know. We just, yeah. It's
Well,
kind of like
deja
it's
vu.
deja vu all over again.
Yeah, Vuja. We used to say Vuja Day when I was a kid. Whoa, Vuja Day. Just because we were stupid as kids. We weren't. We didn't have all these other. We used to. Did you ever dig an underground fort when you were a kid?
I used to build forts, but we never really dug an underground one. I used to, when I was little, I'd make forts out of the furniture in the family room, in the living room.
With blankets.
Yeah, blankets all over the tables and crawl in there, and that was my fort.
Yeah.
By the way, that was a lot easier than digging a hole and having to do all that stuff.
We found somebody that had made one, and it was, now that I think back, it was probably one of the most dangerous things, crawling around in a hole without anything. And then we went and tried. I think we dug for about 10 minutes. We're like, yeah, let's go do something else. We were not
a friend of mine, a block behind where I lived, there was a bridge over this little like gutter that was a driveway to a home. And we kind of went underneath the driveway bridge, if you will, and made a little kind of thing down there, hanging out under there. But that was like, we had to walk a block, it was a block over there, and then we're under somebody's driveway. But it was kind of cool in the beginning. It was like, hey, look at us, man. We're hiding out under the driveway.
We, using your imagination has kind of gone away.
Yeah.
And, even when if I'm going to walk away from my television for 3-4 minutes, I still want to be entertained. I don't like being alone in my head. Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that's why we're a little bit ahead of the game. When we said things like, I'm bored, what happened in your house if you said I'm bored? It's time to start doing the dishes.
Honestly, I know I said that or thought that when I was a kid, but since I've gotten clean and sober, I don't think I've ever said that.
It's been a while since I've been actually bored. Yeah.
Yeah. It just means I need to get up and move my rear end to go do something, and I won't be bored. If I'm bored, I'm sitting in idle mode, stuck in neutral. It's like, well, put it in gear and go do something. Why do we get overwhelmed by that? It's like, well, what am I going to do? Like there's nothing to do outside, nothing to do.
There's always something that can be done. You can read a book. You can clean your baseboards. I think once you get older, you start, those chores are now your responsibility. So, oh, I get to clean. Look at my garage; it's so clean. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for Dion's Daily Funnies. We don't have anything. All right, is everybody ready for it? Dion's Daily Funnies, where he steals jokes other people's dad jokes, but I don't think anything's original anymore. Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon? Great
No.
food, no atmosphere. No atmosphere. Yeah, I don't really trust the stars. I don't trust the stairs. They are always up to something. I think it's the laugh track gets more laughs than the jokes. Folks, this is what we call filler time. Never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them. Right?
Actually, I like that one. That's pretty good.
Any points? Isn't that what that means? What is a lawyer's favorite drink? A pina colada. One more. No, two more, because these are decent. What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? HDMI. For you younger folks. You didn't know I could do Yoda, did you?
You did a good Yoda. That was a good Yoda.
Thank you, I do. What do you call a wizard who's really bad at football? His name would be Fumbledore. All right. Well, hey, Heather, it's been a while since I've seen you. Good to see you. Roger usually doesn't sing with me, but I might throw some singing in for you. Heather's one of the people that likes, she's a music person, so I like to throw music stuff in. Surprised. Amber, where are you calling? Amber, my number one listener. Michelle, where are you? Leisure, get your butts here. All right. Today is God-centered recovery. So welcome to God-centered recovery. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch today. This is where we take a proverb and turn it into a recovery topic. And it seems to be working out really well. We tried this a couple weeks ago, but the sound was off by like 10 seconds. It was horrible. It was so hard. But here we are. We're back. Well, it's just God's time. He's like, you ain't doing it today. I don't want it done today. I want it done on March 10th at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's what he wanted. So we're going to give it to him. Right?
There you go.
Right. And well, isn't that kind of goes with what we're talking about, that plans work better when we stop playing God? What a great example.
Exactly.
We just accepted it, right? It was what it was. So 16:3 is the proverb. You want to get us started on that one, Roger? Because Roger's the proverb guy. I am learning.
Proverbs 16, verse 3 says, commit your works to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Then one is, the Lord has made everything for its own purpose. It speaks to me. It's funny. We find everything crazy and funny because it's so true, but we're not used to living in truth. So everything that's true and reliable and honest and genuine and has integrity, we say that's crazy.
Yeah. Or we question it.
But not anymore.
Yeah. It's that faith thing, and people think it's, you're believing in something that it isn't. But there's just been too much proof in the pudding for me not. You would be hard pressed to get me to not believe in a higher power anymore. And I really love the concept of when we are no longer playing God, that we can, because you can't play God and follow what God wants at the same time. Right. But what does that proverb mean to you?
So I'll hearken back to the book. The big book says we have to stop playing God because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And step 2 says, came to believe in a power greater than ourselves that will restore us to sanity. And it says in the big book, our dilemma is lack of power. So I don't know what we argue about because, and it says in the book, that power, which is the power in step 2, that power is God. And then we make a decision to turn our actions and our thinking over to him.
Yeah.
And why do we not? They're like, I like how they say we're merely suggestions. And I heard once the guy say, yeah, it's a suggestion like if you jump out of an airplane with the parachute, we suggest you pull the ripcord. Yeah. That kind of suggestion. And we don't come to the AA on a we don't AA on a winning streak. It's like, what are we thinking that we can just stop drinking and
Ever seen anybody skip it to their first meal? Hey, I'm here. My life's going great. Nope, never seen it. Nope.
Driven by incomprehensible demoralization.
How and why? Yeah. Which is a fancy way of saying denial.
That's what it says, right? Belligerent denial. And I don't have that.
And that means self-imposed. That's what belligerent denial means. That is self-imposed denial. It means that, because I'll admit when I was drinking, I would meet somebody who was Christian or whatever, not like the way they did things. So I would condemn all of Christianity because of a few bad apples. And I refused to look at these things. And you kind of said it yesterday too, contempt prior to investigation. That is that belligerent denial that we're talking about. And I'm the only one that was holding me back. There was nobody in this world that was holding me back from standing in the sunlight spirit except me. Why do you think that is? Do you think there's a fear? You have the unknown? I know that was part of it for me. I didn't realize that what God had planned for me, and I was afraid I was going to be a non-entity. I didn't realize it was going to be like this. But now I get to be that example of it can be like this for you if you want.
Yes.
But the first thing you're going to do is stop playing God.
Well, having had spiritual awakenings, spiritual experiences as a direct result of these 12 steps. So don't tell us that it doesn't work or you don't know what we're talking about. Just investigate and do it for yourself and see what happens. Then report to us what happens, not before.
And I would agree with that. It's I was a person who would talk, but I never did any of the walk. Now I go walk and experience, and I talk about that experience instead.
Me too. Yep. I believe that our job is to report exactly how well the 12 steps work, and those are our experiences. That's why it instructs us to share our experience, our strength, and our hope.
Yeah.
I'm so full of bloody hope, I got to give it away to keep it.
Yeah.
It's just a fact of life. It's just a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah, my cup runneth over with love.
Yes.
And so people know we've got about a 3-second delay here. So if it sounds kind of weird, that's why. But Roger and I are good. So just I noticed.
And with additionally with determine how I feel.
Yeah, that's right. I just said it the other day. I said, when I was drinking and before, I don't do it so much now. I allowed other people to make me angry. I'm allowing that. Just like I'm the same one that keeps me out of the sunlight of the spirit. Nobody has any power or control over that except for me. Hi, Amber.
Hello,
so
Amber.
What do you think the first step is in not playing God?
Surrender. Surrender to the fact that I'm not in control. The only control I have is the moment I'm in. I have control to make good decisions in this one moment I'm in. I don't have control over the results. I have control over taking the right action at the right time for the right reason in the right place to the right person the first time. And the results are the results. And then I have to live in acceptance. It is not rocket science. It just takes practice.
It's when I turn it into rocket science that it's no good anymore. It's got to stay simple.
Of course.
For Dion. And, I don't even know that I'd want to plan the result because, because when it's Dion's result, the result doesn't seem to turn out very well. I would much rather have God's result.
Me too. Me too. I drank for 29 years. I've been sober for 29 years, and the comparison it's so much better this way. It's so much better. And I can I've learned how to love. I've learned how to listen. I've learned how to laugh. I've learned how to experience life on life's terms, not on my terms.
Yeah.
And it's priceless. Priceless.
Yeah. I have a question for you. It's off topic. Now that your sobriety is hitting the amount that you drank, do you feel like there's an even, it's not like you're going to be cured, you can go back out and drink or something, but does that mean something to you? Because I'm coming up on that next month where I will have just as much sobriety time combined as I will drinking time. And I'm really looking forward to evening that out. It's kind of an accomplishment. How do you feel about that?
Well, the fact of the matter is that the sober, clean, walking with God 29 years it is superior in almost every aspect of the 29 years that I drank and used. However, I would not be able to appreciate what I have today had I not gone through the 29 years of addiction.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that I had those 29 years so I could come to believe in this process and this program and in God to experience what I have now, because there's no comparison. I had some great times in those early 29 years. I did, but they were fun, but they weren't really genuine.
Yeah, they
weren't really heartfelt.
Yeah.
And they were never principled, rarely principled, because I didn't know how selfish, self-seeking, and self-centered I was. And everything I did, even sober, if I wasn't drunk or loaded, even then, my motives were still 100% selfish. And I didn't know that until I got into the program.
Yeah. And I can appreciate that. I had some, and I hear what you're saying. And I think it wasn't genuine because I wasn't really there. Dion wasn't there. I was there bodily, but I wasn't there mentally, emotionally, and definitely wasn't there spiritually. So it wasn't even the real Dion. And I think that's part of what we go through in being able to identify in this the gift of desperation so that we can change. And these things lead to joy, happiness. Before we got started, we were kind of talking about easy does it and how this fits into it. That we have these days that I relax and I kind of let God plan my day. And there's always something always crops up. My phone rings, I get an email, something happens, and I like my time to be free so I can help God's children. And you do that a lot too. You've got several things coming up. But that easy does it, and living in the moment, living right here, right now.
I love that. Living in the moment. Yeah. John Wooden, who was, one of the greatest coach, well, he was voted coach of the century of all sports.
Yeah.
But one of his principles, one of his pillars of success was make every moment a masterpiece. And I never forgot that. I really chewed on that and tried to experience that. Now I want to make every moment the masterpiece. And in order to do that for Roger, I had to get out of the way and stop playing God. I had to just be in the moment and do the moment with principles and the love and the sincerity and integrity that I could. And I haven't regretted doing that. So I'm going to keep doing it. But easy does it. It's like, we were talking earlier, right? Why do we get so twisted, so upset and freaked out
Yeah.
when nothing really has happened? We're projecting like the sky is falling. No, it's not.
Yeah, we were talking about being bored, and yeah, the sky is not falling. But given time, my brain will create that Chicken Little
Yeah.
situation and convince
Well, all
myself
those
that
lines. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All those lines like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall.
yep,
What the heck does that mean? Did one really fall? What is that? I mean, I don't know where it came from, but I'm like, all those things that we used to say all the time,
sure.
now they're stupid.
Yeah, they don't match. Yeah, they don't match what we do, right? And now that I'm living in the moment, like right now, the only thing that's going on right now is God-centered recovery. Nothing else is going
Yeah,
on. I don't have to worry.
right.
God's got everything taken care of. I don't need to worry about it. And that lets me develop these great friendships because I get to be in the moment.
Right.
I'm not worried about, that this is the way I explain it is if I go drink with some friends and we have a six pack and there's five of us total, I am not in that conversation. I am thinking about who's getting the sixth beer. That's what I'm thinking about.
And where's the next six pack?
Yeah, and it's not enough. That's two beer. That's not enough, man. I'm already concerned. I'm already worried. And I couldn't live in the moment.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to worry about that extra
No.
beer. In fact, I'm
Well,
going to get my beer up. So
yeah. I just laugh about how you can act. It was painful, but now it's just funny. It's just humorous. So
yeah.
the crazy things that we think and do.
Well, I ran around. I wasn't just making plans. I was looking for guarantees. By making other people do what by commanding and telling me the job of God's it was a crappy job. Number one, the pay was horrible. Nobody listens and everybody's ungrateful, man. It was a horrible job. I didn't like being God.
Yeah.
Self-imposed, right? And I think what it does is we go from control to commitment to God. And what is, so instead of controlling everybody with
Yeah.
Peon's will because he thinks he knows better, I switch to God's will. And now I get serenity and peace, freedom. I get spiritual experiences all day. I get to see the forest for the trees. It's beautiful. I've only been up a few hours. I've already had a couple spiritual experiences today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've already been to a meeting, and I had a lovely cigar with one of the brothers in the meeting, and I've had my coffee. I mean, I'm on a podcast with you about God and getting out of the way. How bad can this all be?
Yeah.
Right?
When you're running around doing good things, doing esteemable things, that's what comes back to you. I absolutely believe that. I really
Amen.
appreciate
For
earlier
sure. For
that
sure.
we're messengers. I'm a servant of God. Sure I might be a leader, things like that, but more than anything, I am a servant of God, and my job is to do whatever He asks me without question. I don't question it. I used to in the beginning. But I don't question it anymore. I was told if
Right.
you're asking why, you're arguing with God.
I don't question him anymore, but
We,
sometimes I don't do exactly what he wants me to do just because I'm lazy and I still fall into self-will, but it's not acceptable.
yeah,
I'm like, why did I do that? And then I have to share
yeah,
about it. Well, guess what? Roger showed up again today. Bush got out of the way, and I didn't. It wasn't a good moment, and so I don't. Why do I do that? I don't know. I do. You know, I'm
yeah.
not a saint. I'm not perfect, but I sure love. I sure love when I don't run the show. When I don't run the show, it's really, really good. It's really good.
There's certainly times when I've turned around halfway through the day going, Tim, what are you doing? You know, I don't, I try not to make any decisions by myself. I don't care what it is. Um, an alcoholic, even with the best of intentions, is doing the wrong thing unless he has accountability. And that's true for me.
Yeah. Well, but isn't it? I mean, don't I enjoy when we had a conversation with a newcomer or responsee and say, let me ask you a question. How good was it when you did your will? I mean, clearly you weren't on a winning streak when you got here. It's just
Hmm.
like when I do mine, why do I think my will's better than God's will? Well, I never had anybody answer that question with a reasonable, logical, sensible answer because I don't think
Yeah.
there is one. You can say there is no God. Okay, fine. Call it a power greater than yourself. But when is you better than that at any time?
At
It's
any
been my
time.
experience that it's not. It
Yeah.
never is.
And such is the denial with an alcoholic. We will even well, it's not that bad. And everybody's life is like this. And well, we come up with these insane things. I know I did, but it wasn't until I started working with the truth that anything started happening. You know, and
Yeah.
I
Did
couldn't
I
see
tell you my
beyond.
acronym for denial?
No, I want to hear it.
Did
Let's
I
hear it.
did I tell you
No, you haven't.
DENIAL? Don't even notice I am lying. Don't
Don't
even
even notice
notice
I
I
am.
am lying. Denial. I lived my whole
It's
life that way. I mean,
yeah,
sometimes I knew I was, but I lied about everything. I lied about
yeah,
everything. And then I wouldn't cop up to it, even if I got caught. I'd make an
yeah,
excuse. It wasn't my fault. I was a victim of circumstance. Yeah, a victim of
yeah,
circumstance. Yeah. No, I wasn't. I willfully did that.
yeah. I will
I mean,
steal your wallet and help you
the
look for
gig's
it.
up, Roger. Yeah. Oh,
The gig,
exactly.
the gig is up.
Man,
I'm throwing little things in there so it catches you in about
the
seven
gig is
seconds. So, when we decide to do God's will, well, gosh, life gets a little bit easier. It gets a little bit simpler. I can see it more for what it is. And there we are back to the truth again, and that plans work better when God is involved. Okay, so
I,
good stuff.
when I live in when I live in 10, 11, and 12, my life is it's marvelous. It's not perfect,
Hmm.
and I don't always have to like the results. That's irrelevant. I'm still doing the right thing.
Yeah,
It's just it's and when you know that you know that you know you're doing what God wants you to do, that is a unspeakable joy that it's a peace that passes all understanding. And I
yeah,
live there and I love it. That's why people wonder what makes me tick. Go, well, I'll tell you what makes me tick. It's God. And it's his
yeah,
principles and it's his love and care and generosity and mercy and grace. And that's the truth. Sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. But when I don't like it. So I want to do it more.
exactly. And and it's awesome. Sometimes how quickly God answers you on Sunday. And I'm not going to go into the story. It's a little personal, but on Sunday, my wife and I were going through some difficulties that we thought it was going to take a few weeks to take care of. By end of day, God had that taken care of. By end of day, He had other plans for us. He didn't need us running around looking for what we were trying to do. He just took care of it so that we can continue doing His work. That is how my life works now. That's how my life works.
Isn't it funny how sometimes he does things and we didn't realize it, and we see it in the rearview mirror and went, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I see what you did there. Thank you so much. I totally missed it because I was sucked up into myself at the time that you already did that. He already did it, and I didn't get it. So later I'm like, oh, happens to me all the time. Oh, you, oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm still slow up here sometimes.
Yep. Absolutely. And yeah, the gifts from God. Yeah, sometimes I don't always see them. I try to though. But that has to do with beyond self-will. And am I searching? Am I currently searching for those answers?
That the thing that you see on the walls of almost every AA meeting, it says first things first. And where that came from is Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, which says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these other things shall be added unto you." That's where Bob and Bill got first things first. And it makes total sense.
It does.
Makes total sense. Yeah. And then 634 says, we were talking about easy does it. Well, Matthew 6:34 says, this is what Jesus said: "Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Worry about the moment, today. Take care of today, and we'll take care of tomorrow. I'm like, that is so simple. Why don't we do that all the time, Dion?
Well, because they had to put it into something like a day at a time for me. It had to be, I don't know why. I do know that I try not to learn things the hard way anymore, though. I try to be a little bit more open minded. It is really neat to know that that's where that came from.
That's where it came from, yeah.
And it fits the big book because it says if we take care of our spiritual malady, everything else will fall into place.
That's the spiritual principle, right, from Matthew 6:33. First things first.
But that's certainly what happened to me. When I take
Me
care
too.
of my spirituality, everything else falls into place, whether it be mental, emotional, or physical. Things seem to work out for the better. And then I get to go out into the world and make other people's lives a little bit better so that their day's a little bit better. I get to carry that on. I just don't keep it.
Exactly.
I give it all away.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I remember all the years that I came into the rooms in the beginning and saw first things first on the wall. I had no idea what it meant. None. I didn't know.
I know what easy
all the other things that you hear in meetings.
Or any of it.
Well, one day at a time came from Matthew 6:34. Yeah. That's where it came from. Don't worry about tomorrow, do today.
Right. Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people, and and I hear this a lot when we come in, and I went through the same thing. I saw the slogans on the wall, and I'm like, yeah, those are bull duty. Those aren't true. Whatever. There's my belligerent denial again of not wanting to stand in the sunlight of the Spirit. Then you come to love them.
Well, it takes what it takes to get what we get, right? I don't know why we fight so hard to give up ourselves. It's crazy. But it's wonderful. It's lovely.
It is. And watching other people start to get this program and watching, helping others find their higher power and watching them tackle the program is just beautiful. It's something I've been watching in my own group.
Yes, it is. And, what's interesting is when Jesus sent the 12 apostles out, he said, go and share the good news.
Mm-hmm.
Go and tell the world of what you have learned. Well, that's the same thing that we do in AA. We're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to go out of the meeting
That's right.
into the world, live a life that is principled in the steps with the
Mm-hmm.
power of God, and come back to the meeting and report how wonderful it is when we do that. And
Yeah.
along the way, we touch and meet people and say, man, let me tell you how my life's changed. If that's something you want, I know where you can get it. I know how you can do it. I know how it works.
And I've been where
It's
you're
amazing.
at.
Yeah. I tell everybody that I meet that's new, I go, let me tell you something. I am just like you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me. I am you.
Yeah.
Okay. I may not have exactly the same circumstances, but I understand incomprehensible demoralization.
Yes.
I understand self centeredness. I understand lying, cheating, stealing. I did all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not that guy anymore, or that, if you're a gal, that gal anymore. Everything changes when you surrender and apply these principles in all my affairs.
Right.
I've never regretted it 1 minute. Never.
Yeah.
Even if I thought I regretted it at the time, that was a lie. It was self-centeredness going, why'd you do that, Roger? You should have done and I puke all over myself. It's like, I'll tell you, the best thing about all of this for all of us is we can have these kinds of really spiritual conversations with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk to ourselves about these kind of things, it's hilarious. I mean, sometimes you cry, but I'm just saying it's such a relief, and it's so therapeutic to be able to call yourself out and go, what were you thinking, and why did you do that, and why did you say that? I'm like, and nobody's around. I might be in my car or something. People looking at me like, well, that guy's talking to himself. I'm going, yeah, no, Ron, yeah, I am, but it's all about correcting bad behavior.
Yeah.
Before God hits me upside the head and goes, Roger, why did you do that?
Yeah. We get to chuckle at ourselves now.
Yes.
Instead of calling myself stupid or a name.
Right.
Instead, it's just like, Dion, that was silly. We can laugh at it. Let's try not to do it again.
We're not stupid. We're not. We're just alcoholic, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
We're not stupid. Most of us are quite intelligent.
Yet most alcoholics they're pretty intelligent people, which is part of the problem.
Yes, it is.
The smarter you are, the harder the program will be.
I clearly always thought I was smarter.
They will talk circles around you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Now I've had people tell me numerous times, don't ever miss an opportunity, Roger, to close your mouth. And I've learned how to do that. I've learned how to close my mouth and actually listen to you. Because today I actually care. But I have to turn off this magical mystery tour in my brain that wants to, be running forward, worrying about the past, or boy, do I have something profound to say to you. It's like, shut up, Roger, and listen.
Look how smart I am. You want to see how high I can jump? I just got some new shoes. You want to see how fast I can run? All right. It's the same. Thing. No, Roger lives in California. He's from Bakersfield, California. Is that right?
No, Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. That's what it is. Sounds the same to me. I'm from Colorado. But if it doesn't have if it isn't the name of a tree or something, I don't know, like aspen or Huntington Beach. Where'd I get Bakersfield? Oh, because I was watching a show called Baskets, and they were from Bakersfield. So that's what it was. All right.
Well, we've done Came to Believe retreats there, so I've been to Bakersfield many times. But I was born and raised in Whittier. I live in Huntington Beach now.
Before we wrap up, let's show some love at Came to Believe. When are you guys going to do a Zoom conference again anytime soon?
I'm not aware of another Zoom retreat scheduled. We do have a retreat coming up in Malibu, which is going to take place the week of June. I just looked at it.
I need to go to that
You
just so I can go to Malibu.
Oh my God, Sarah Retreat Center. Go online and check it out. It's
Okay.
June 19th, 20th, and 21st. Friday,
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday. That place is magical. It's on the coastline, overlooking Malibu Beach. It's an unbelievable retreat center. It used to be like a monastery for Franciscans.
Oh,
And,
nice.
It's a beautiful spot. Very, very cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those of you that not familiar with Came to Believe, what they do is they mostly go to Salvation Ark and work with people, and they take them through the steps in 2-3 days?
2 days. It starts Friday afternoon at around 4 or 5, and it ends Sunday at about noon.
Yeah. They have great speakers. People take individual steps. It's very well put together. I've been to a lot of conferences, and
it's a beautiful thing.
I can't imagine what the in-person is like. I went to the Zoom one, which was their first time, and had a few hiccups, but that's to be expected when you do it the first time. But they did a great job.
You should come to Malibu. We have 2 this year, one in June and one in December. And we're taking all 100 spots. So we'll have up to 100 people at each one.
Wow. I think
it's really worth doing.
When it's nice and cold here, go to Malibu.
Come to Malibu. It'll be beautiful.
Cool. Well, thank you for doing this stuff with me, Roger. I really appreciate it. I'm learning more about the Bible and the meanings of it. I appreciate that. And just getting to know you as a friend, man. You become a friend of mine. You, Monty, and I get along great. I have a blast with you guys. And I look forward to
the three amigos.
Yeah. It's like I have a reason to look forward to Monday mornings. Not many people get that kind of life, man.
Yeah. Anybody that's listening, research the roots of Alcoholics Anonymous, because in the first 4 years from June 10th of 1935 to April of 1939, there was no big book or 12 steps.
No, there
wasn't. What they did is they read the Bible.
Yeah.
They read 1 Corinthians 13, the Sermon on the Mount in the book of James, and they did the 6 steps of the Oxford group. But check it out. Anybody that doesn't know about it, you can check it out and learn the history. There's no fellowship in the world like Alcoholics Anonymous. Nowhere, no how.
No.
It's 91 years. And there's I think there's hundreds of 12-step programs that work because the 12 steps work.
That's right.
Absolutely. Check it out. Get involved. Be part of it. You'll never regret it.
AA Comes of Age is a great book for history, I've found. But yeah, we were very secular when we first started. And thankfully they found that higher power that everybody could find. That was probably the neatest thing. And that came from Dr. Young, did it not? That concept. Or am I wrong on that?
Carl Jung, he got very metaphysical, but that's what in the beginning he said. You find something, find something outside of yourself. And so it's a very inclusive program. You don't have to have any preconceived notions. If you do the 12 steps, God will meet you right where you are. You don't have to go find him. He'll find you if you ask. He basically said that. He said, seek and you will find. He said, ask and you will receive. He said, I stand at your door and knock. If you open the door, I'll come in. That's it. Yep. It's like, keep it simple.
Yeah. And there's that door of willingness that you have the key to, that you get to open and close of your own free will.
Yep.
That door.
It's all up to you.
Well, thank you, Roger. I appreciate that. I know my listeners love the history of AA too. We're always trying to learn.
It's rich.
Folks, if you like what we're doing here, please share what we do. Like, share, love. We are doing something new where I'm taking donations. If you'd like to donate, you can donate at Venmo at Trudging Together. Cash App is at Dion G. Miller. Thank you, everybody, for listening, being a part of. I love our listeners. So, and of course, I appreciate
Me too.
Roger.
I don't even know y'all, but I love you.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you now, I don't know very many of I have the quietest following ever, and I love it. I love it. Right? It's an anonymous program. You ain't got to say nothing. If we're helping you out, awesome. It's all that matters.
Yes.
That and you think I'm cool.
Yep.
That matters too.
Yeah. If you think we're cool, please send us and tell us. We need to know that.
If we don't get likes and loves, it'll kill us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think we suck, call it, send us a note and tell us that too. It's okay.
Yeah. Say, you guys suck at this.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
I'm not going to stop doing it. So
We'll be back in 2 weeks, everybody. Thanks for being here. We love you. You know we do.
Love you. Make it a great day unless you got other ideas.
That's right. And we're going to keep it right there. Keep on trudging.